Amanhã nós vamos fechar a pista e queremos a mídia aqui para nos defender. Olha o que eles fizeram com a nossa reserva. 2 anos que a gente estava lutando para preservar isso aqui e agora vem os baderneiros e ficam fogo na nossa aldeia. Se não bastasse a Vale matar nosso rio, matar os nossos fontes de vida, agora vieram e puseram fogo na nossa reserva. Nós não vamos nos calar. Amanhã nós vamos fechar a pista e queremos a mídia aqui para nos defender.
Mas são os índios. Então, quer que eu culpe os índios? Vai escrever os índios amanhã? Quer que eu culpe os marcianos?
Não, presidente.
No meu entender, um indício fortíssimo, que esse pessoal de ONG que perdeu a teta deles.
Mas então, indício forte com base no
Não se tem prova disso, meu Deus do céu. Ninguém escreve isso, vou queimar lá, não existe isso. Se você não pegar em flagrante quem está queimando e buscar quem mandou tu fazer isso, que isso está acontecendo, é um crime que está acontecendo. Mais ainda, Ministério da Justiça pode mandar 40 homens, dá para entender 40 homens para combater incêndio? Dá para entender? Não tem recurso. Chegou esse caos. Chegou no caos aqui. Que foi?
Presidente.
Podem ser fazendeiros também? Eles
Pode ser fazendeiro, pode. Todo mundo é suspeito. Mas a amostra suspeita vem de ONGs.
Presidente, se é um indício fortíssimo disso, o que a gente publicou errado, então?
O porta-voz
Claro
falou.
que eu acusei diretamente ONGs. Estou suspeita de ONGs. Eu não estou buscando o responsável que está acontecendo no Brasil. Por que você não cobra dos governadores que eles estão fazendo?
A gente procurou eles ontem.
O que eles responderam? Nada, né?
All right, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. And double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone, salutations to your that's out there doing work in truth and sincerity. So as of late, we got the Amazon forest burning down, which they call it the lungs of the earth. You got some sources saying it's being done by farmers. Some higher up forces are being saying that it's the NGOs, the non-government organizations, so they can tear them down, so they can develop more land, or whatever the case may be. Now, the natives that live among that land, I guess they won a lawsuit against big oil companies, okay? And just so happened, right after the lawsuit, I guess, this thing took place with the burning down of the forest, and everybody knows that it's a deliberate attempt to destroy the forest, and we already know Esau has a huge hand in it. He always has a hand in it. But for the last 3 weeks, it's been burning for 3 weeks now, and we're just now getting news. So there's a media blackout on this, amongst other things, man, is going on. But hey, this is one of the things that's not going to go unpunished, by the so-called white man. But we see that altogether, the so-called white man, whenever, these Edomites, whenever they want something, they just come and take it, man, They feel like they have the divine will to do whatever the hell they want to on the earth. And they've been sadly mistaken. And so, this is just a lesson, to reflect on, the so-called white man and the evils that he's doing in the earth, and he continues to do. Hey, so start with Psalms 10 and 1,
This is Psalms 10 and 1. It said, why standest thou afar off, O
Right.
Lord?
Right, and so and basically that's the sentiment that we have. But ultimately, we understand that certain things have to take place for the Most High, before the Most High brings that judgment. So in a sense, we have the same sentiments. Why standest thou far off? We get angry when we see certain things happen in the earth, especially when it's perpetuated by the devil, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. So read again.
It said, why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thyself in the time of trouble?
Right, so, it's the same sentiment. Why hidest thyself in the time of trouble? And these are the times of trouble. And really, the Lord isn't really hiding himself. Like I said, certain things that have to be done, certain prophecies that have to come to pass, and the Lord is he's gonna come forth like a valiant man. He's not going to come as a man, but he's going to come as a celestial being, all right, wreaking havoc and bringing vengeance upon upon the wicked. Go ahead.
It says the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
Right, and that's what we see. All right, when they go after the forest, the rainforest, the Amazons, when they displace the native people, all right, which they've been doing. They got a whole record of history that shows you their tyranny and their terribleness in the earth. All right. So and you know, the elites, for the most part, their war is against the poor. All these major corporations, all these umbrella corporations that's under one, you know, huge umbrella, they are set up to basically, you know, to persecute the poor. All right. Go ahead.
It said and it's like, and the wicked and his pride doth persecute the poor.
Mm-hmm.
Let them be taken in their own. It's like, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Right. So, and they're going to be taken in the devices that they have imagined, man. All right. And so that's what we're going to see, man. We're going to see them being taken in their own devices. Okay. Go ahead.
So, for the wicked boasted of every heart's desire.
Right. So the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. Okay. And ultimately their desire is to what? To pretty much destroy the poor of the earth, persecute the poor, and to build their enterprise, you know, where they have more than eye can desire, so to speak, man, and dominate the world in tyranny, while they, you know, pretty much be fat cats in their you know, their safe places where they dwell. You know, go ahead.
It says, and bliss they covetous.
And blessed the covetous. Yeah. So
Blessed the covetous.
Mm-hmm. And the covetous are those that take through because of malicious intent, because of envious because of envy, all right, because of jealousy. Those are the covetous, and those are the major corporations headed by the you know, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, there's nothing that's done on this earth that's not generated by by these wicked forces, man. All right. And these ain't no, you know, demonic, spiritual, you know, they do have the spirit of Satan on them, you know, but these are actually men in the earth that's working tyranny, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, whom the Lord abhorreth.
Mm-hmm. Whom the Lord hateth, man. All right, go ahead.
The wicked, the wicked, due to pride of his conscience,
mm-hmm.
will he not see after the Most High?
Right. So
at the Most High.
Keep going.
And not as all
God.
All of his thoughts.
God is not in all his thoughts.
It's like the Most High is not in all of his thoughts.
Right. And so the Most High is, hey, they don't care. They're not looking to what the law says concerning when it comes God's law concerning mankind. They're off doing their wicked bidding, man. All right, because they got the spirit of Satan on them. Okay, go ahead.
It said his ways are always grievous.
Right, his ways are always grievous, man. You know, that's why I always say the tender mercies of the devil. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. Right.
So he don't deal with the laws and the statutes, the universal law, which is the 613 commandments out of the scriptures, man. All right. They don't deal with that. Okay. Go ahead.
So far above, out of sight,
mm-hmm.
as all of his enemies puffeth at him. So he puffeth at them.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. All right. Basically, the word is pawak, to puffeth, blow or blast. All right. And so he's taking up pretty much a violent tone with his enemies, man. So everybody that's against the so-called white man, you don't even have to, be a real threat. He's gonna come against you, man. He's gonna puff against you, man. He's gonna blast against you, man. All right. Let me see. Keep going.
It said he said it in his heart. I shall not be moved.
Right, and so that's what these devils think, that they're not going to be moved. All right, and that's the biggest deception on the planet Earth right now. All right, because nobody is, stopping them from doing what they're doing. They think they can continue doing it. Also, they think because they're doing it in secrecy that nobody sees it, but the Most High sees it, man. All right, go ahead.
I shall never be in adversary.
Adversity.
Sorry, I shall never be in adversity.
Right, which is a lie. You are the so-called white man. You are going to be in adversity. Go ahead.
And his mouth is full of cursing, deceit, and fraud.
Right. So his mouth is full of cursing, deceits, and fraud. All right. Okay. And when you look at everything that these so-called white people say in politics, it's a bunch of malarkey, man. It's a bunch of bullcrap. Okay. Go ahead.
So under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Right. Under their tongue is mischief and vanity, man. Okay. And so they say one thing in politics and smoothing people over, but ultimately they have ulterior motives, which pretty much, man, leads to people's downfall, man. Go ahead.
He said it in lurking.
He said it in the lurking places.
He said it in the lurking places of the village.
Yeah.
In the secret places, and doth he murder the innocent.
Right, and that's what they do, man. They sit it in the secret places, man. They set up non-government organizations, okay, to pretty much infiltrate and exploit, And this has been applied to the so-called white man since their inception, man. All right, go ahead.
His eyes are privately set against the poor.
Right, his eyes are privately set against the poor, man. So his war is against the poor, the ones that can't defend themselves, the fatherless, the ones that don't have any leaders, all right? The ones that's barely making it to survive. His war is against the weak, and only cowards prey against the weak. And so we see Esau as the biggest coward of them all, man. They are the purebred devils, man, all right? And we're going to see that more and more and more in the earth. And this right here, man, is one of many things that's going to take place, that's going to really drive the confusion and the destruction of this earth, all right, until that day where the Lord say, hey, it's enough, Ultimately, they want to put an RFID chip in everybody so they can subjugate them and control them and destroy them, And we're headed to some rough times, man, because this devil is going to come, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. He's going to continue to oppress. He's going to continue to be terrible until that day he's going to be taken out. All right. Go ahead.
He lieth in secret as a lion in his den.
Yeah.
And he lieth wait to catch the poor.
Yeah. And that's what he's doing. Okay. Even on this side here in America, man, they set up rules and regulations. Everything is a rule. Everything's going to be a crime. From the smallest thing, And he's going to use that to perpetuate and fuel his institutions, all right? And continue to have you Jakes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in servitude, okay? Because if you thought slavery was over with you, you're out of your mind, man, all right? It's corporate slavery, all right? Go ahead.
So he lieth in wait to catch the poor, and he does catch the poor when he draweth him to his net.
Yeah.
He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
Yeah. So he croucheth and humbleth himself. Set up an NGO, all right, to say, oh, we're here for help. We're going to help you, and they come all humble, only to overthrow you when the opportunity presents itself. And that's the so-called white man. Every day they're plotting to do some madness and some mischief in the earth. And they're not happy unless they do it. Okay? Because they feel like they have the God-given right. All right? And we know that these NGOs and these government agencies, they're really headed by these extreme Christian Edomites. They call themselves the family, And we know politics is infiltrated by these extremists, these religious fanatic extremists, man. and they're Edomites. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and he hideth his. Sorry about that. And he said in his heart. And he said it in his heart. The Most High had forgotten, and his hidden. It's like he has hidden his face, and he will never see us.
And he will never see it. Right, and so that's the sentiment of the so-called white man. He think the Most High, he's hiding his face. No, the Lord is tallying up these mischievous works that you're doing in the earth. All right, and soon enough, we're going to keep exposing, and the angels are going to show forth the madness that, to the Lord that you've been doing in the earth, and he's going to come and he's going to reach out and touch you. All right, go ahead.
So it says, "Arise, O Lord, our power. Lift up thy hand. Forget not the humble."
Right, lift up thy strength. Forget not the humble. All right, because that's who the Lord is coming to save. He's coming to save Salah. He's coming to save the humble, man. All right, the meek. Okay, go ahead.
So wherefore wherefore does the wicked contemn the Most High?
Contempt. Salah.
It says he said it in his heart, thou will not require it.
Right, and so what they have, what they're what they're deceived about is that the Lord won't require these things, man. Because the scriptures say he shall, I get it, for Slack. Lord say he required that which is past, man. And he is going to require it. He's going to require it, and you're going to have to pay it back in full. All right? You're going to have to pay it back in full. It's Ecclesiastes 3:15. And it reads, it says, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and the Most High required that which is past. So the Lord is going to require the things at your hand, man. You know, all these terrible things that you're doing on the earth, the Lord is going to require it. Go ahead.
So back in Psalms 10 and 12. No, there's like 13. It said, "Where does the wicked contempt the Most High? He has said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite.
Right.
To require it require it with thy hand. The poor committed himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless."
Right, which is with the fathers are the leaders. Okay, the Lord is the helper of those who are the poor. Okay, go ahead.
Break thou the arm.
Break thou the arms
of the wicked.
Meaning their strength, their forces, their military, their political might. Go ahead.
And the evil man.
Right, in the evil man, because there's men on this earth that's evil. All right. And you people, you Christians, talk about it ain't the sinner, it's the sin. It is the sinner. All right, because the Lord is gonna judge the sinner, man. All right. The scriptures say the sinners of my people shall die. You know. Also, Esau is the wicked, man. All right. He is the wicked. Okay. Go ahead.
Seek out his wickedness until thou find it none.
Right. So he gonna seek out his wickedness until thou found none. All right. So the Lord is seeking out all the wickedness of the so-called white man. All right. Go ahead.
The Lord is king forevermore. The heathen are perished out of the land.
Right. So the heathen are perished out of the land. Why? Because the Lord is going to bring forth that judgment upon them. Okay. Because scripture, as the scriptures say, why do the heathen rage? Why do they imagine a vain thing? The rulers set themselves. All right. And then really, man, hey, the Lord is getting fed up, man. All right. This is Psalms 7 and 9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just For the righteous power trieth the hearts and reins. All right. And so ultimately, the Lord is really, he has a magnifying glass on everything that's going on in this earth. Okay. Everything. All right. This is Sirach 10. You can get Deuteronomy 27 and 17. This is Sirach 10. And, matter of fact, get Malachi 1 and 4. All right. Because everywhere the so-called white man goes, he brings mischief. All right. He brings havoc. He brings tyranny. He's bringing destruction. All right. This is and they pride themselves with that, man. They pride themselves on being the wicked, being the evil in the earth. Okay. The scriptures say they weighed the violence in the earth, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. Okay. But you've been sadly mistaken, man. All right. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 7. The pride is hateful before the Most High and man. All right. This is true, you know. It says, and by both doth one commit iniquity. All right. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. All right. You so-called white people, you've gotten riches by deceit. All right. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right. And so you're going to lose your kingdom. You're going to lose it for good. But furthermore, you're going to go into slavery. All right. Thus saith the Holy Bible, according to Revelation 13:9. It says, why is the earth and ashes proud? All right. Because that's what you're going to be reduced to. OK. It says there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. All right. And I just wanted to point that out. All right. There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Somebody that want to take that which is yours based off of envy and malicious intent.
Okay.
All right. And that's what the so-called white man does. He does it because he's envious. You know, he see these nations that are remote, living in remote areas. And what he wants to take what they have. OK, because he doesn't have it. OK, it says for such and one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels. All right. And so you sold your own soul when you went after these people. All right. When you harshly, done the wicked deeds that you've done to the nation of Israel, slavery, Jim Crow, all these different, the prison industrial complex, all this stuff that you're doing behind closed doors and secrecy, making these laws to come after the poor, making these laws to basically condemn us if we say certain words. The Lord is seeing all of this, man. All right. Do you have something?
Micah 4 and 1, 4 and 4.
1 and 4. Yeah.
It's like, this is Micah chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
All right. And that's what they think, man. They think they're going to rebuild the desolate places. Okay, go ahead.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, thou shalt build, but I will throw down.
Right. So you're going to build, but the Lord is going to throw down. Okay. You're building your enterprise now, your new world order, but the Lord is going to throw it down. Okay. Go ahead.
And they shall call them, the border of wickedness.
Right. So wherever you are, man, the so-called white man they're going to be called the border of wickedness, man. All right. Because that's what they bring to every land that they go to. Wickedness. Okay. Go ahead.
And the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
Right. And so that's why, the Lord, that cuts a lot of you Christians, man, because the Lord has indignation against his people forever. Okay. For all eternity.
That's right.
And that's why Paul mentioned them in the New Testament. He said there's no place of repentance for them, man. Go ahead.
And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the borders of Israel.
Yep. And with his people, he's going to be magnified through his people. All right. Cut that. Give me Deuteronomy 27:17. And these are just one hitters,
So 27:17. It's Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 17. Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark.
Right. So the so-called white man's curse. Period. Point blank. You can say the law is done away with, but you sadly mistaken. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 22. Proverbs 23 and 10. Proverbs 22 and 18. It says they Salaki, that's Psalms. Proverbs chapter 22, verses 18. It says, for it is, let me see, 28. Proverbs 22 and 28 says, remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. So basically remove not the ancient landmarks. You're not supposed to remove certain ancient places in the earth, all right, because they're there for a reason. For the sacredness, for whatever, bound that the Lord has set for the landmark to basically have, or go ahead, Slack.
And if I may add, going back to the article, them burning down the forest, they said 20% of the oxygen levels, going on the decrease.
See, and that's really significant. All right.
This is Psalms 23 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Proverbs 23 and 10. It says, remove not the old landmarks, and neither, and enter not unto the fields of the fatherless.
Right. So remove not the old landmarks, enter not into the fields of the fatherless. Okay, which the so-called white man did, man, and continue to do. All right. And the fatherless are the ones that don't have the leaders, and and our people don't have leaders or an army where they can be, secure and safe from the so-called white man, because they pillage and plunder everything that they run into, man. Okay. Let me see. I think it's a little bit more.
It says, for their Redeemer is mighty, and he shall plead their cause with thee.
See? And then in the way the Lord pleads his cause, man, is through death and destruction, man.
That's right.
Okay. Micah 2 and 1. Then I get Jeremiah 49 and 7, then we'll close out,
This is Micah 2 and 1. It says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and evil works, work evil upon their beds.
Right, so so-called white man devise iniquity and do evil works upon their own bed, man. All right? Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Right, so when the morning is light, they practice it. Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, because they have the power to do so. Okay? They got the power and will to do so. Okay? Let me see. You can get Jeremiah 49:7. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 5. Yea, also because he transgressed. Habakkuk 2 and 4, it says, behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. It's talking about the so-called white man. All right? So their soul which is lifted up is not upright in them. Though they push themselves as noble, fair in the world, and righteous. They're not right, man. They're devious, wicked, atrocious people on the inside, man. All right. It says, yea, also because he transgresses. Salaki says, but the just shall live by his faith. All right, which the just is living by faith. All right. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Right. So the so-called white man can't keep at home. All right. Which shows you they have all these NGOs, these non-government agencies, and all these different, lands. Okay, other than their own, even military occupation, so on and so forth, man. All right. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. And see, that's what's happening. Okay. They can't keep it at home. They want to enlarge their desire as hell, meaning destruction. All right. And they want to gather unto themselves all people. They want to force everybody under their rule, man. All right. They want to force you to be a homosexual. They want to force you to be a lesbian. They want to force you to do all these things, man. All right, because they're the devil. Okay, and they're fighting. They're trying to fight against the power, the omnipotent power of the Most High Yahweh. All right. It says, let me see. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with the clay, meaning debt. The clay meaning debt. All right. And so all signs point to the so-called white man. All right. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties for them, all right, unto them, okay? Because the Lord he's gonna turn the tide against you, man, all right? It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the cities, and of all that dwell therein, all right? Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. All right, so Esau is coveted and taking an evil covetousness unto his house, man. All right, so your whole family line is cursed. All right, your whole nation is cursed as a whole. It says that he may be delivered from the power of Salak. It says that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right, but you're not going to be delivered. All right, no matter how intricate your plans are for escape, you know. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. So you sinned against your own soul. All right. But the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. All right. And so, hey, these cries are not going unheard, man. All right. You do something to the earth, man. That vibration that you push on the earth, that's them. Well, sure is going to go up to the Heavenly Father, man. All right. Yahweh. All right. All right. So, yeah, go ahead with yours. And then we'll close out from there.
This is Jeremiah 49:7.
Mm-hmm.
It says, concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts.
Right.
Is wisdom no more in Teman?
Obviously, it's not. All right, because that's the smartest ones among these Edomites. All right. I think Teman is German, you know, and really a lot of these Zionists, they're German bred, you know. Go ahead.
It said, is counsel perished from the prudent?
Mm-hmm. Which it is, because the Lord is making their counsel foolish, man. He's taking that wisdom away from them. Go ahead.
Is their wisdom vanished?
Mm-hmm.
Flee ye back. It's like a flee ye, turn back. Dwelling deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dwell deep in O habitations of Dedan or Dedan.
Mm-hmm.
For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon them.
See?
And they shall, it's like in the time that I will visit him.
Right, which he ain't visited them yet. Okay, he's going to visit them very soon. All right, go ahead.
If the grass, it's like the grape, what's that, the grape?
Grape gatherers.
The grape, it's like if the grape gatherers come unto thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes?
Mm-hmm.
If the thief by night, they will not destroy until they had enough.
Mm-hmm.
But I have made Esau bare.
Right, so the Lord is going to he's going to completely, utterly wipe Esau out, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, I have covered his secret place. His secrets, like I have covered his secret places.
Mm-hmm.
And
what verse you at?
Verse 10.
Uncovered.
It's like I have uncovered. But I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
Right.
And his seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. He leaveth thy fathers, leave the fatherless children, and I will preserve them alive.
Right.
And let the widows trust in me.
Right.
For thus said the Lord, behold, they shall, it's like, thou shalt,
And it's talking about Israel right now. Go ahead.
they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup of, it's like, of the cup of assuredly drunkenness.
Right. So those that wasn't supposed to drink that cup are surely drunk it. The scriptures talk about the affliction, the affliction being forwarded, by the heathen. Okay. And as such, that's what we see in these times that we live in. Go ahead.
Say, and thou art he that shall altogether go unpunished.
Right. Question mark.
Thou shalt not. It's like thou shalt not go unpunished.
Right. So you're not gonna go unpunished. All right. Go ahead.
But thou shalt surely drink of it.
Right. So that cup that you made us drink of terribleness, the Lord said you're gonna surely drink the same cup. Go jump down to let me see, 15.
So verse 15, it says, "Lo, I will."
Well, you know what? Just go ahead, keep reading, because it's going to tell you that the Lord is bringing the nations against them.
Okay. I'll go back up to 13. It says, "I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become desolate."
Desolation.
It's like a desolation, and a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be
Perpetual
like
waste.
a perpetual waste.
And that's how America's going to be, a perpetual waste. All right. And it's talking about Edom. All right, keep going.
I have heard the rumor of the Lord, and all. It's like
an ambassador. And an ambassador.
It's like an ambassador said unto the heathen,
Right.
saying, gather ye together, and come against her, and rise up unto the battle.
Yep. So that's what's going to happen. All right. The Lord is going to rise all these nations up against Edom. Okay. Go ahead.
For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen,
Yep.
and despised among men.
Right. And so that's what the Lord is going to do. All right. Because of your pride. All right. Because of your pride and your haughtiness. Go ahead.
It says, thy terribleness had deceived thee, and thy pride in thy heart.
Of thine heart.
It's like the pride of thine heart.
Right. So your terribleness have deceived you, man. The terrible things that you have done in the earth. All right. The weighing of violence in your heart, in the earth. All right. That's deceiving you, man. All right. Go ahead.
It said, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks.
Esau, go ahead.
And holdest the height of the hill.
Right, because you the superpower. You at the very top. Go ahead.
Said, though thou shouldst make the nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence.
See?
Said the Lord.
Right. So the Lord, as soon as you set yourself up in that preeminent place, that prominent place of glory, the Lord is going to bring you down, man. All right? Go ahead.
It said, also Edom shall be a desolation.
See?
Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished.
Right. And so the Lord is going to make the whole nation of Esau, Edom, all right, a desolation. Okay? It's going to start here with America. And also the state of Israel is going to get wiped off the face of the earth. Okay? Go ahead.
And shall hiss at all of his plagues thereof.
See? They're going to hiss at all of the plagues. All right? They're going to basically, they're going to see those plagues and they're going to be astonished. They're going to be, wow.
Right.
Go ahead.
And as the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
Right. So it's giving you an example. How was Sodom and Gomorrah taken out? By those great hailstones, so to speak, and he abolished the Sodom and Gomorrah in the neighboring cities. Okay, that also proves that Esau is going to be taken out by thermonuclear fire. All right, because those great hailstones, I think it's called some. The scriptures refer to them as something else, but that's symbolic for the nuclear destruction that's going to come their way, man. All right, and so that is pretty much the recompense of all the evils that they continue to do on the earth. Okay, Revelation 12:12, and we'll end it right there. Okay. No, because they continue to do tyranny in the earth, man. As we see with this whole situation, there's more media blackouts. There's going to be more disinformation, misinformation. But we put together the core signs, man, that show you, hey, man, it's a continuation of Esau's terribleness in the earth. All right, and most of the rainforest is depleted in the earth. Okay, so. Hey man, this devil is he's doing a magnificent, terrible work, man. A terrible, magnificent work, as they say. Go ahead.
You said 12 and 12?
Mm-hmm.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein.
Yeah.
Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea.
Right. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. All right. Go ahead.
For the dwelling is. It's like, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath.
Right. So these devils, the so-called white men, is coming down to you having great wrath. Okay. Because they want to destroy and pillage everything. Okay. Because they know that their kingdom, their empire is being crumbling, basically. You know. Go ahead.
Because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So they know that they have a short time. And so they're going to do everything possible to keep their society flowing. Okay? And with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash. A double honor to your apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, that's out there doing the work of truth and sincerity. Shalom.